Hey, checking in with everybody. This is my goodest boy over here. And, I just want to make an appeal today to folks to, if you live in a pretty hot area, it just occurred to me that I wanted to film this. I want to appeal to people who live in hot areas to keep their dogs, their huskies inside. I know it's like people are, probably thinking like, yeah, of course. But I'll say this. I was checking out a place, and the owner of the house, um, it was a pretty hot day. The owner of the house had a husky, and they put him in the backyard. And I can't tell, I can't remember what it was, but it felt like 100 degrees that day. So I know it was way too hot for the dog. But I know they were temporarily doing that because I guess someone else, me, coming to look at the place. So I'm sure that was the reason. But still, it was just way too hot for the dog, and it was in the backyard. Had like a little bit of a shade. I can't remember what they put up, but they did put up something to provide a little bit of a shade. I just want to appeal to people. These guys, they overheat, but they don't overheat immediately. Because of the very thick coat, he likes the scratches. Because of the very thick coat, it's the same thing that insulate them from, the harshness of winter, of cold. It's the same thing that insulate them from the heat as well. So when they eventually heat up, it will take a little bit. It's not like immediate. Like us humans, we go outside and we're immediately, like a hot day, we're feeling it immediately, and then they might take a minute, but then when they overheat, they will overheat, and it will be life-threatening. So so even on walking on a hot day, should be very, very careful. So I just want to make an appeal to people, even if it's, say just a little bit of time. You might be thinking, well, I should put my dog outside for an hour. You can tell they will become a lot more lethargic. They might be panting a lot and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I just want to kind of say that. I know a lot of people successfully keep their dogs outside, and they're very happy when they're outside, of course. So I'm not telling you what to do. But depending on where you live, it may not be a good idea, especially if it's husky. These guys were born and bred for the harshness of the northern cold climates. Of course, these days we keep them as pets, and we're in more temperate areas. So something to consider, keeping them safe from the heat. Now what I like to do is, he does like the sun, so what I like to do is, like a nice weather like today, we were just playing outside. It's like 40, 50 degrees, so he's totally fine. But if it's a hot day, what I'll do is make sure there's a little bit of shade, so he'll adjust by himself. I'll see him, like, he likes to just lay in the sun for a little bit and we'll come back into the shade. And sometimes he'll spend time on the shade, like the borderline, where he'll stick his butt out for a little bit. It's very funny. And also huskies, their eyes, they're very prone to cataracts and stuff like that. So, I don't have him wear, shades or safety goggles, or whatever you call them, for dogs. They look like goggles to me. But some people do. I don't, because he's not cooperating. What I just do is just make sure that if the sun is too harsh for my eyes, I just think that it would be too harsh for him. So that's what I do. I basically gauge it by myself, and during summertime, I'll have him spend more time in the, like, late afternoon or early mornings. Usually pretty good. So early morning is usually a pretty good time. before the sunrise, before like the full sun. And I also do, after 5 o'clock and things like that. So we'll go for a walk and let him soak in the sun. And in between, I'll let him out, and he'll come back and like he'll be super happy, like wanting to go out, and then like 30 seconds, 1 minute later, he'll come back. He'll scratch on the door or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so he's falling. He's like falling asleep to my scratches. Looks like a little shark from this angle. Alright, well, just want to say hi to everybody. And you have a good day.